It's Bristol, baby! We're here at the world's fastest half mile in Bristol, Tennessee for the running of the Sharpie 500 under the lights. Nothing like seeing a Bristol race in the Gatorade Cup Series under the lights. And Wyatt Walker in the 10 has the pole for tonight's race. To his outside is Trey Rainey in the 51. Then third we have Anthony Hernandez in fourth, and running out the top 5 it's Derek Bouchard. Then sixth we have Al Agassi. Seventh place is Cole Luigi looking for some Bristol love in the Gatorade Cup Series for once. Then eighth place we have Steven Taylor, Jay Jefferson in ninth, and Adam McDowell rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field, there's Joe Jefferson to his inside is Griffin Lynn. Then we have Riley Sampson with Derek Campbell in the 32. Then we have Marshall Burrow in second in points, Carter Freeze and winner Phoenix last race out. Then there's TJ Henley to his outside, Sebastian Kukulon. Along with points there's Matt Oskey starting on the outside row though, Danny Lloyd to his inside. Then we have Oliver Gowan and Jonathan Buford, along with Mathis Wells and Roman Fenway. Then there's Alexander Rowe and Luke Rainey, along with Nathan Ormond and Colton Yo. Then there's Max Anderson and William Bullen, along with Tyler Fink and Alex Fletcher. Then there's Levi Schoen and Mitchell Collins, along with Vincent Finta and Jonathan Rains. Then we have Matt Gunn and Eli Bright, along with Trey Wright and Jake Galloway. And in the final row, it's Carter Joey, to his outside is Jeff Wright in the number 9. So there's our 42 cars here for the Bristol Motor Speedway Sharpie 500. Let's go to trackside and fire these engines up. And the command has been given, and the 42 cars are rolling up the starting grid to go racing at the short track in the Gatorade Cup Series, the Bristol Motor Speedway. 75 laps, but fast laps around 15 seconds. Wyatt Walker, Trey Rainey front row for the Sharpie 500. We are green in Bristol. They were 3 wide inside the top 10 on lap 1. Give it to our pole sitter Wyatt Walker to lead it. And the front few gets single filed out about the front 5 as Wyatt Walker tries to get away in the 10 with Anthony Sharpie, the one in second. Derek Bouchard, Cole Luigi, and Anthony Hernandez found his way from top to bottom. He's inside the top 5. Had some close racing early on here at Bristol, but down the backstretch we've kept it green for now. Wyatt Walker, the 10, has pulled a nice gap over Anthony Sharpie, who's fade back in second. Derek Bouchard's been at Bristol master in the Gatorade Cup Series. He's currently third, so he has a shot. And Cole Luigi, who's had some rough luck, some tough luck here at Bristol in the past in the Gatorade Cup Series, currently runs fourth. Anthony Hernandez, winner at Denver for his first Gatorade Cup Series, win inside the top 5. The veteran Jay Jefferson up to 6th. Champion Griffin Lynn in 7th. Riley Sampson, Marshall Brown, TJ Hanley are the ones inside the front 10. As Trey Rainey cannot get a break, cannot find a hold down number. We started this race inside the top 3 in the second position. He has still not found his way down low. The 51 will fade outside the top 15 by the looks of this as Colton Young, the 99, moving around. Here's Max Anderson, the 12, coming to his inside. Trey Rainey falling back to 16th and keeps on fading. Max Anderson fills the hole down low. So Matt Oskey has found his way down low. Remember, he kind of started midfield on the outside. He's currently trying to break his way, inside the top 20 for this Sharpie 500. Currently up to the 22nd position. He has a few spots in front of him. They go 3 wide. Yeah, Sebastian Kukulon now playing around with Carter Freeze, and Trey Rainey got put up top. 51 got into the wall a little bit, and Trey Rainey's outside the top 20. He could try and get down front of Schoen if he wants to. He just didn't have the faith to do that. Schoen did drive it hard to the corner, and Trey continues to fade his way backwards here during this race. No real change up on the front still. Wyatt Walker leading into Charles Bois, Derek Bouchard, Cole Luigi, and Anthony Hernandez. Trey can try and get down right there behind Jonathan Rains in front of Jake Galloway. He can try and do it right here into turn number 3. He can try and get down in front of that 11, Jake Galloway. He does, but all the ground he has lost to put him back outside the top 25 is still fading. Now the 11 puts him to the outside. Jake Galloway wants to move a spot further forward. Now Legacy goes high. Now they're 3 wide. Jeff Wright spun with Eli Bright. They saved their cars for now. The Brights try to come back up. Contact made. The 9 with some damage. The 8 hit with some damage. Now they're still rubbing down the front stretch. Back in the field. Alex, who's with that, he's like, what is going on? They saved their cars, so they keep them going straight. We do not get a caution flag, but close there for the 2 Brights, Eli and Jeffrey. Now they have wrecked. Is that, I couldn't tell, I think that might have been Colton Young, the 99, who was spun sideways in the field. It is, and the caution flag has come out for the first time here at Bristol. So it was Colton Young sideways in 3 and 4. Now the field gets a reset button, and it's Wyatt Walker with the lead. Hopefully these drivers slow it down in time. Drivers like Alexander, these guys have to be careful. Some do pile in. Let's hope these drivers just get sorted out by the time some of them come in and get damaged. Looks like Anton Sharpie got some damage, and that's 96 to the front end of that machine. I'm wondering if that's going to cause any, slowness. We did see some others come in, like Steven Taylor. Derek Hamill has some pretty heavy damage. Alexander Rowe. Maybe Kukulon. Samet Oskin does have some front end damage, although it is Bristol. These speeds are lower than normal. It shouldn't be too bad a damage, but it is damage nonetheless, so obviously some of these drivers might have some rough times. The 22 is still trying to get his lap back. He will right there. He moves around the pace car. So it's Wyatt Walker at the race lead. We went over 10 laps without a caution flag. Let's see what happened to Colton Yeo in the 99. Very strange incident here for Colton Yeo. He's by himself in the 15th position. No contest around him. And right here, going off into turn number 3, he has an issue, possibly a flat tire on that number 99. And trying to get down to pit road. Derek Hamill hits him. That's probably where Hamill got his damage. 99 up to the outside wall and sits broadside the racetrack. Luckily, everyone missed him. The caution comes out. But for Colton Yeo, bad luck here at Bristol. Strikes him running inside the top 15. So an issue, whether it be a tire issue, whether it be a mechanical issue, I do not know. I just know his speed suddenly dropped. It looked like the car was still running. May have been a flat tire. And that could have been what caused him to slow into turn number 3 so he didn't spin around. He tried to get down pit road, but Hamill had too big a run and got down there anyway. Everyone gets on by Colton Yeo, and now it's Wyatt Walker at the race lead. He's led every lap so far from the pole, but now a restart to deal with. Behind him in second, Anton Sharpie. Can someone try to get the jump and get by the 10 here in the Sharpie 500? This restart right here can determine a lot for some of these drivers. We're going back here in lap number 18. Colton Yeo is 2 laps down the 99, but still left on the racetrack. So that means we have all 42 cars running at this point here in Bristol. So Wyatt Walker's led every lap from the pole. He is currently out in front. Anton Sharpie has some damage behind in second, so we'll see if that impacts at all. Derek Bouchard is third, Cole Luigi fourth, Anthony Hernandez fifth, with Jay Jefferson, Griffin Lynn, Riley Sampson, TJ Hanley, and Marshall Burrow, the front 10. It'll be interesting to see if this restart brings any chaos. If someone jumps to the inside of another, can the guy on the outside fight back and get down line? Back racing in Bristol. Sharpie slow right there up to speed. That's telling me that damage might be impacting the speed of that race car. For fourth, Cole Luigi under attack from Anthony Hernandez. Yeah, to the inside for the 48 right there. Hernandez gonna grab the spot now. Luigi's on the train backwards. And he's in the outside wall of the 42. Luigi nowhere to go at this point. Just stuck up top trying to wait for a line down and hole. Yeah, but there's nowhere to go. That 42 is just stuck up top. He could fall outside the top 20, outside the top 30 by the time he finds a hole. Griffin Lynn on Jay Jefferson for 5th. So Lynn now coming forward. He gets by the 78. And now Jay Jefferson's on the top. Luke Ray had to come down pit road. He'll fall laps down. TJ Hanley, middle lane. Burrow looking 3 wide, 78 to the outside wall now. Jay Jefferson going to fall outside the top 10. As 19 Danny Lloyd. Here comes Wells, 3 wide. That's inside the top 10. 3 Toyotas. Mathis Wells grabs the spot 3 wide. Danny Lloyd's up to the middle, now to the top as Alexander Rowe moves to the inside. Here comes Derek Hamill, the 32. Jay Jefferson up top. Luigi's found his way down line. That's lucky for him because he's still 16th. Samet Oskin now reports there, bounces off the outside wall. He keeps going, but has lost time. He can fall outside the top 20 now. Here comes Jeff right to his inside. The 47 is outside the top 20. Now Lloyd's up top under attack from Cole Luigi. Steven Taylor fading backwards in the 33. Hanley's up top as Wells moves to his inside. Derek Bouchard falls backwards. Chaos at the front. And Wyatt Walker has caught Luke Rainey. Anthony Sharpie is coming. Anthony Hernandez is one of the fastest cars. He put the 42 out of line. He put the 20 out of line. Lynn's up to 4th. Sampson's up to 5th. Derek Bouchard's up to 6th. Or he's back to 6th. And Hanley's now up top in the 23. He's fading backwards. The one Kukulon gets to his inside. Hanley's outside the top 10 now. Yeah, the shoes on the other foot now for TJ Hanley. He saw these drivers get put to the outside and got by them. Oh, Max Anderson bounced off the wall back there in the 12. Hangs onto it, but a ton of right side damage there. Now Hanley fading back. Luigi got a spot there. Kukulon got a spot. Jay Jefferson looking for a top 10. Derek Hamill goes a little wide. Mathis Wells been on the charge. He's up to 8th in the 18 car. And how about Anthony Hernandez as Wyatt Walker gets around Luke Ray to pull a gap. Walker's had every lap, but Hernandez is up to 2nd, the 48 car. Lynn's up to 3rd. Sampson up to 4th. Bouchard back to 5th as Anton Sharpie falls from 2nd to 6th. Burrow's 7th. Wells is 8th. Rowe 9th. Jefferson back to 10th. Kukla on 11th. Luigi for 12th on Derek Hamill. This got to be one of the most competitive Bristol races we've seen in a while. Not for the race lead, but just throughout the field, there's tons of passing. Cars getting shoveled high, cars getting low, the cars from the top lane get down line. I mean, Levi Schoen started back of the field. He was on the inside road, but he started back of the field. He's currently up inside the top 15, now to 14th. Well, some of these cars are starting to move their way forward, some starting to fade backwards. But Anthony Hernandez up to second, looking for his second win this season. He has a long ways to go to run down Wyatt Walker. It's almost a second gap. He has lap traffic in between he and the race leader. And for the lap times, the tennis has been consistently one of the fastest guys on the racetrack. At this point, with now 45 laps of racing to go for Wyatt Walker, he has to hope that lap traffic does not come to play. And he's looking at a ton of lap traffic in front of him. Joe Jefferson's here. Max after bouncing off the outside wall, there's Loman Fenway, Yo the Lapper, Trey Wright, Tyler Fink, Eli Bright. Here's Adam McDowell. Matt Oskin outside the top 30. Carter Friesen's here. Bolin, Joey. There's Oliver Galloway. Orman. There's Trey Rinney. He fell back to 27th after starting number 2nd. Alex Fletcher's there. Mitchell Collins. Jake Galloway. Godin. Lloyd. Taylor Vinta. Al Lagasse. Then Hanley's back to 18th. Jeff Wright. Jonathan Raines. Derek Hamill. Levi Schoen's is ahead. Jonathan Buford. Cole Luigi. Sebastian Kukulon. Jake Jefferson. Alexander Rowe. Wells. Burrow. There's Anthony Charles. Derek Bouchard. Riley Sampson. Lynn. There's the 48, and of course the 10 of Wyatt Walker is our race leader, and Luke Rainey is currently in the 42nd position, a few laps down. Eli Bright's fade backwards, he bounced off the outside wall there. Walker's coming down the 10, he wants to put that 88 lap down. That'll put 2 cars between he and second place, Anthony Hernandez. Remember the 88, Eli Bright, that's Anthony Hernandez's teammate. He's not going to go lap down without a fight right here, I can tell you that right now for Eli. The Walker is closing in the 10. He wants to get around to Eli right here. 40 laps to go for Wyatt Walker. He's led every lap. All 35 run here tonight. But can he lead the last ones is the big question. He's all over the back of Eli. Just cannot look for the move to get down low. Max Harrison had in the 12th. He has to be one of the slowest cars on the racetrack due to all the right side damage he must have incurred from bouncing off that wall. Remember how hard he hit. Look at all that damage to the right side. I would not be shocked to see that 12 come down pit road at some point in this race trying to repair that, because maybe there might be a tire rub or something. Now, if Luke Gray jumps to the inside of the 10 of Walker, which looks like he's trying to do right here, but the 10 gets down front of the 2, gets to the inside of the 8 of Eli Bright, it'll get by Eli and nails the wall off turn 2. Heavy damage, Eli Bright has just bounced off the wall hard, and now his teammate Anthony Hernandez, who was in second place, wants to get by Eli in a hurry right here. And the longer he rides behind Eli, the harder it's going to be to run that 10 of Wyatt Walker down. He's also going to need the 2 Luke Gray to jump to the inside of that 10 at some point. Hernandez is just waiting for the moment to get by his teammate Eli. Looks like 1 and 2 is the place to do it, because Eli has been pretty bad throughout that portion of the racetrack at this point in time. Saw Joe Jefferson bounce off the wall a little bit. The 31 car, he dropped back. If cars on the wall down the front stretch, Adam McDowell, the 22, has just bounced off the wall. Cars everywhere here at Bristol. But Wyatt Walker has kept his nose clean. The 10 is out front. Eli Bright will surrender that position. Anthony Hernandez gets by Griffin Lynn, the 7. Riley Sampson. So the front 4 should be able to get by Eli here. Can 5th place Derek Bouchard is the big question. No, Eli's going to have a hole right there. They get down front that 20. The front 4 get by the lap car of Eli Bright as they get by Adam McDowell. The race leader does Wyatt Walker. So McDowell's falling back now. He's a lap down. And Wyatt Walker just wants these lap cars to move out of the way and doesn't want Luke Gray to jump to his inside. If Luke jumps to the inside, it could be possible that the 22 is close enough that he can jump to the inside and Hernandez can try and close in. But like we saw in the target race, William Seaman had a lap car difference in between he and second place, and then when Cement Oskin blew up in front of the race leader, it caused him to check up and it caused the lap car behind him to stay in the gas, get to the inside. That's how Seaman lost the lead. So is it possible something like that happens here tonight, or is Luke Gray just faster at this point? Walker swings a little wide, gets in line, some cars checking up as the yellow is in fact out. Now the 12's going to get the 12 put the 10 high. Wyatt Walker up high, but he's going to lap the 12. So Max Harrison's off pace. He has just allowed, that's 3 Penske cars that are going to be in between the 10 and the 48. The yellow flag is in the air. It's Wyatt Walker leading the field back. We don't know the reason for the caution flag, as it's Wyatt Walker out in front. Let's see the reason for the second caution flag of the race. Hard crash racing inside the top 25. Alex Fletcher, the 72. Trey Rainey, the 51, to his inside. And Trey may be just a little angry at this point, trying to get back through the field. And stays in the gas and turns to Alex Fletcher. And Fletcher takes a hard hit into the inside wall. The car lodged into that inside pit wall. And hard damage for Alex Fletcher will bring out our second caution flag of the race. Vicious crash for Alex Fletcher, who's been running inside the top 25, and Trey Rainey started second. Maybe just a little over-aggressive there, trying to get back to the front, trying to gain any position he can. Just kind of dumps Alex Fletcher, brings out our second caution flag of the race. And the good thing for Wyatt Walker is that he will have 3 Penske cars in between he and second place Anthony. See Anthony right here try to get to the 22. McDowell just did not get there in time. The question is, will any of those guys hit pit road because the 12 has some damage? Looks like they will stay on the racetrack. So it's Wyatt Walker, our race leader, and 3 lap cars is the difference between he and second place Anthony Hernandez for the restart, which will come with under 30 to go here in Bristol. Coming back green right here will be 25 laps of racing to go in the Sharpie 500. Alex Fletcher's out from that crash. You have Luke Rainey, who was 3 laps down. Colton Neal is 2 laps down. Eli Bryce a lap down. And McDowell's a lap down. And Max Anderson is a lap down. 36 cars on the lead lap, 41 cars on the racetrack. Wyatt Walker has led every lap so far tonight, but he has 3 lap cars between he and second place Anthony Hernandez, Griffin Lynn 3rd, Riley Sampson 4th, and in 5th place Derek Bouchard. Then Anton Charles Baugh, Marshall Burrow, Alexander Rowe, Jay Jefferson, and Sebastian Kukulon are the front 10. Matt Wells fell back there on that run back outside the top 10. Back racing for Wyatt Walker. Luke Rainey spins the tires from the 3rd position. Yeah, 3rd position as in 3rd on the racetrack. He's not 3rd in the running order. Oh, contact! Hernandez tried to get to the inside. McDowell right there. And McDowell did not want any of that. Now, the good thing for Wyatt Walker right there was this restart could have gone 2 ways for that driver in the number 10. He could have spun the tires a little bit and then had the 12 jump to his inside. He would have fallen back big time. Or he could have had happen what happened right here. And that these drivers cannot get around this lap traffic. The lap traffic cannot get around the 10. And Wyatt Walker right now is smooth sailing at the front. Jay Jefferson's been put behind again. It's Cole Luigi, who's up the racetrack. The 42, the 78 falling backwards. Derek Hamlin, the 32. Up against the wall. Roman Fenway down pit road. Max Anderson shuffled behind the 12, so he's out of the way. And McDowell needs to get out of the way for, and here comes Riley Sampson inside. He'll get by Griffin Lynn. Look at the slide right there for Eli Bryant, Derek Bouchard down low. They saved their race cars, but that was close there for the 5th place runner, Derek Bouchard. And Bouchard really wants to get by Eli Bryant. He's been behind him basically this whole race. He has a nose right there to the inside. Can he make the pass? Alexander Rowe and Anton Charles Bois for 6th. Sebastian Kukulon going for 7th. Jonathan Buford's at the top 10. Levi Shones has come from the back of the field. He is up to the front looking for a top 10. He's right now inside the top 10, the 92. Hanley's there. He's going to try and get to the top 10 with Anton Charles Bois on the outside. Marshall Burr also fading back to 37. But for Wyatt Walker, he's had Luke Rainey's back bumper the whole race. And currently for Walker, with under 20 to go, he has Roman Fenway at the 13. He has the 6th head Oliver Galloway. Those 2 have possibly come down pit road. Question for Walker, does he want to let Luke by at this point? Riley Sampson's up to 2nd, but Sampson is so far back, he's like a straightaway back of Wyatt Walker. That 2 has been on the back of the 10 for so long. Do you just let Luke get on by? You know you're not going to lose much time. Because Riley Sampson is so far back. If another yellow comes out, that gap for Wyatt Walker will be erased for sure. But there are 2 lap cars. Griffin Lynn is up into 3rd. Derek Bouchard up against the wall. Alexander Rowe gets by for 5th. Kukulon by for 6th. Shones has been put up top as Hanley moves to his inside. Vince Vinta for the front 10 in the 95. And speaking of drivers that have faded back, Cole Luigi, remember, Jay Jefferson got put up high. Jefferson's now 20th. Luigi has not recovered at all. He's right now 27th. So it looks like it's going to be a great day for Cole Luigi to try and get forward in points. He's going to be lucky to finish his top 25. Look at these drivers. Anton Charles Bois fading backwards. Levi Shones is up top. The 95, Vince Finch under attack from Steven Taylor. There's Hanley, Bouchard, Jonathan Buford, Kukulon on Alexander for top 5. And right now for the lead, Wyatt Walker just controlling this race. Under 15 to go for the driver of the 10. For Wyatt Walker, it would be his 2nd Gatorade Cup Series points paying win. His first came back in Season 5 in the chase race at Pocono. He's looking to win in the Sharpie 500 Bristol, one of the most prestigious races on the Gatorade Cup Series circuit. If he does get to victory lane, he will lead flag to flag. Luke looking to his inside to turn 1, but the 10, just a good run off turn 4, pulls back ahead. And The second place, you know, almost 3 seconds back. Riley Sampson is at this point. Sebastian Kugelman has moved his way to 5th. He gets by Alexander Rowe. And they're wrecking in 3 and 4. It was Joe Jefferson. And the yellow flag has come out. And Wyatt Walker has a restart to deal with in the 10. Now coming with 11 to go, Wyatt Walker will now have to deal with the restart, which will come with about 5 to go. So the reason for the caution, Joe Jefferson spun around our 3rd yellow flag of the day, and they have wrecked under the caution. It looks like Derek Hamill, Jay Jefferson, Bullen, Oskin, Eli Bright, Anton Charles Bois have wrecked hard. So let's see the reason for the caution flag. Let's see what's the stack up under the yellow. Joe Jefferson spins around, breaks our 3rd caution of the race. Hard racing right here. Joe Jefferson put up the racetrack by Jeff Bright. 31 car impacts the outside wall, comes down. Lloyd nowhere to go. The 19 gets in the back of him. 31 trying to overcorrect right there. Up, Max Anderson makes contact. Carter Friesen, Danny Lloyd. Oliver Galloway's on the brakes trying to get by. He gets put up top. And Joe Jefferson up the racetrack. And luckily right here, look at them coming down the racetrack. And Wyatt Walker barely gets by. And now we have a restart. And if the 10 gets put up high by lap traffic, how will that play into it? Yellow flag, 3rd time tonight. And we'll restart with under 10 to go here in Bristol. Hard damage there for those drivers. And then what happened here, as they race back around, Nathan Orman, the 24's there. He was one of them that was sideways. So the caution comes out right there. They've raced back already. These guys are slowing down. Stack up right there. Alexander Rowe goes sideways. And then they just kept piling in. Have to wonder how Alexander Rowe got sideways there. The 00 car from the 5th position. He raced back and beat Kukulon. And it looks like just the stack up and the 00 gets into the 31, then spun by the 1. So possibly some of our front runners could be damaged and might have to come down pit road. How will that impact this running order? It's Wyatt Walker out front the 10. Can he hold on with this final restart? Luker has been all over his bumper all race. Will not lend the 2 by on the long run. Cost him in the end. Wyatt Walker out front for the Sharpie 500 final restart of the night. 6 to go and Bristol will be the final restart of the night. 3 lap cars between Wyatt Walker and Riley Sampson. Eli Bright, William Bullen, Samet Oskin, and Derek Hamill out of the race along with Jay Jefferson and Anton Charles Bois. 28 cars on the lead lap. The race there, Wyatt Walker, 3 lap cars between he and 2nd place Riley Sampson with Griffin Lynn, Anthony Hernandez, and Alexander Rowe the front 10. Does Walker get a good jump and get away from Luke Ray? He does! Back racing! And that may have sealed the win for Wyatt Walker. McDowell moves out of the way to let Riley Sampson by, but it might be too little too late. Joe Jefferson sideways with Alexander Rowe back there. That puts the 1 of Kugelon to the outside. Way up the track. Vince up top in the 9-5. Jake Galloway forced tie the 11. Trey Ray finding his way back inside the top 20. McDowell out of the way, trying to find a way. Look at these drivers back here. Derek Bouchard, TJ Hanley, Jonathan Buford, all fighting for every position. They're under 5 to go. And our race leader is Wyatt Walker. Luke Ray behind the lap car. We're coming to 3 to go. If the 2 puts the 10 high, that would be the only way Riley Sampson has a shot to win here at Bristol. 3 to go for the driver of the 10. Luke Ray's doing a great job, though, just not getting interference with this race victory. Wyatt Walker, very lucky with how these things have played out here tonight. He started on pole, got out front. The yellow flags came out the right points to where they started battling behind, and then once he caught lap traffic, the yellow flags came out when they were in between. He in 2nd place. Anthony Hernandez for 3rd on Griffin Lynn. To the white flag, half a mile left for Wyatt Walker at Bristol. He's led 74 laps here tonight. He's going to come around and make it 75. He comes down the backstretch to turn 3 for Wyatt Walker. 2nd Gatorade Cup Series career victory, checker flag, win in Bristol for Wyatt Walker. Sampson 2nd, Hernandez 3rd. And the cars coming across the line side by side for every position they can get. Total domination for Wyatt Walker as he wins the Sharpie 500 at Bristol, leading every lap. Let's go see the finishing results of the Sharpie 500. Here are the finishing results from the Sharpie 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. 3 caution flags for 15 laps, and only 1 driver led this race, and that was Wyatt Walker. Flag to flag for him. Start on pole, 75 laps led, Walker to victory lane at Bristol. Riley Sampson ends up second, Anthony Hernandez up to third at the end, Griffin Lynn back down to fourth, and Alexander Rowe inside the top 5. Then 6th, it was Derek Bouchard, TJ Henley 7th, Stephen Taylor 8th, Sebastian Kukulon 9th, and Matt Godden rounds out the top 10. So looking at the top 20, it was a very interesting mix and one of the most competitive Bristol races I've seen in a long time, besides the race winner and Wyatt Walker, who was the race leader the whole race. Second on back was a huge battle all throughout the race, and really never knew who was going to stay where they were. We saw a good mix at the front. We see right now inside the top 10 of the drivers who finished there, only 4 of them started inside the top 10. You had drivers like Sampson came from 13th, Alexander Rowe came from 25th up to 5th, and even the most impressive to me is Matt Godden, 38th, who started on the outside row up to 10th at the end. Shones from 33rd to 12th, Orman from 28th to 13th. Trey Wright, 40th, he's up to 14th at the end, and then Trey Rennie, once again, we saw him fall back. He actually got back up to 15th throughout the whole race. So this was a race where you could actually pass if your car was faster, and it just seemed like no matter where you started, you still could get up and get a decent finish. Trey Wright, top 15 for that 34. Ormond, top 15. Matt Godden, top 10. Let's look down 21st to 40th. Jeff Bright started last. He ends up 21st. 28 cars on the lead lap. And we had, at the end, 35 running. As Anton Charlbaugh on down involved in crashes, whether it be under caution or under, the actual caution flag. But now let's go see how the points are after the Bristol race and Cement Oskin DNFing. Because of the 47's bad race, the driver who was 100 points back, Riley Sampson, who finished second, takes control of the points lead. Oskin falls to second, only 21 back. Wyatt Walker, his first win of the season, moves up to third. Carter Friesen is fourth, and TJ Hanley up inside the top 5. Then Anthony Hernandez is 6th, Jonathan Raines 7th, Griffin Lynn, Stephen Taylor, and Mathis Wells round out the top 10. As we look at the top 20, all 6 of our winners inside the top 20 points, which means Levi Shones, who was 11th in points, and Carter Joey 19th in points, get the wildcard spots currently. And how about Derek Bouchard? For him, he was, mediocre the first 4 races of the season. Now 2 top 10s in a row, moved that 20 team up inside the top 15 in points, and they have a shot at the postseason so far in the Gatorade Cup Series, 6 races in. So 6 races, 6 different winners here, and Wyatt Walker just added to his laps led total greatly. 75 laps led at Bristol. He's up to 84 laps led total for the season. That's probably going to be the highest we'll see because of Bristol. 21st to 40th down here. Some of these drivers trying to rebound after some bad days, bad races. Luke Rainey down to 24th. Trey Rainey is 25th. Kukulon's up to 28th after a decent day here at Bristol. Vince Vintage 29th. Jay Jefferson down to 30th. You see Danny Lloyd's tied with Jefferson. Code Luigi's tied with Jefferson. Tyler Fink, Joe Jefferson, Hamill, Eli Bright, Colton Yo, Fletcher Bullen, Max Anderson's down here. Trey Wright moves out of the last spot with Anton Charlbaugh now 42nd in the points. Those two have DNF'd in 3 of the 6 races this season. I believe they're the only drivers that can say they've done that so far. So now we keep it with the short tracks as we go to one of the better short tracks on the Gatorade Cup Series schedule, Iowa, for the Advanced Auto Parts 400. I will see you guys then.